Welcome back, guys. My name is Valencia, and I am the Game Mistress, and today we're going to be playing some more Sherlock Holmes. Now, I hope you guys aren't getting sick of this game. I haven't quite gotten sick of it just yet. There are other games I want to be playing, but with all the crap going on, a lot of them are on my Xbox, and I need my capture card. So I haven't been able to do that because there's other people here and all that fun jazz. So we're going to just play some more Sherlock Holmes for now. And see if we can't get to the bottom of whatever the fuck is happening. So, let's get right into it. And I am not running. I didn't want to do that. It was caps lock. It was caps lock. I remember!
Here's the famous high security area.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Good morning, Warden. I have a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hans.
Very well. It is the cell at the end to your left. I'd advise you to walk in the middle of the corridor.
Alright. Oh, okay, Holmes. Woo! Woo! I'm sorry. My neighbor is mowing his yard. So sorry if you hear that. What if I don't want to walk in the middle? What if I want to walk up against the cells, huh?
Hans Schielman, I require some information from you.
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes.
Was not expecting his voice to sound like that.
Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here, you are my first and only visitor? I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between two geniuses, two extraordinary minds.
I am afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Schielman. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once. But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels, believe me.
What can you tell me?
That depends on what you can bring to me.
What do you want?
Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals, I am given nothing but a hunk of bread. And even then, not just any sort.
Get to the point.
Never interrupt me!
Jesus Christ, did you see that man jump at me?
The bread. Did you know that with a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations. Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive
coming up on the
fears
screen?
materializing before them.
You are a monster, Mr. Schielman.
Thank you.
It wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment.
Jesus Christ, dude. You talk a lot.
What do you need?
Very little. Just something to write with. You see, my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me.
Sorry,
Just bring
darn
me
it.
something that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me, and I will be happy to pass on to you a little of my knowledge of modern chemistry.
Where is it?
It was confiscated upon my arrival here. I suppose it might be in my locker, in the locker room. Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen. See you soon.
This guy is fucking nutso, man. I mean, really, though. So I have to go steal his pen.
Warden McKay.
Okay. Okay, so where are these fucking lockers at that you were talking about?
Closed.
Entryway. Go, Holmes. Go! One thing about this game.
The locker room. This is where the prison...
Alright.
Closed.
Oh, of course it is. Why the fuck wouldn't it be?
Let's go.
Open it! Oh god, just cracked my neck.
Miss, may we borrow the keys to the locker room?
You will need authorization from the director to open that door. If you wait a moment, then I'll inform him.
We will wait, thank you.
He'll say, no, of course you can't.
Anything new, Mr.
Oops, just hit my microphone.
Mr. Holmes? Have you been able to get what you wanted from our lodger?
Not yet. We must first cast light upon a crucial point, and for that we require your help again.
What can I do?
We need to examine Shieldman's civilian clothing.
Very well, but be extremely careful.
Could be poison.
What do you mean?
In that madman's compartment, you will find a strange little coded case which refused point blank to open when he was incarcerated. We did try to force it, but without success.
Didn't you ask the experts?
Of course we did. Experts from Scotland Yard came to examine it, but they came to the conclusion that it's
Oh my
better
gosh,
that the case
what's wrong
remains
with me?
shut than tamper with it too much.
I see. They were afraid that some poison or other might escape if it was opened.
Right.
Exactly. Bear in mind that this man is an evil genius, a master poisoner, and that his poisons are never ordinary.
Alright, so I need
Here's
the
the
keys
key to
then.
the locker room. I give you the authorization to open it.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Patterson.
Something about
Miss
this girl is
Patterson?
sketchy.
The guards are still waiting for you to put up the duty list. Do it as soon as possible. Without it, the changing of the guard cannot take place. Or had you forgotten?
Yeah, what's wrong with this girl? Something's fishy about her. Are you really crying over that?
Dry your tears, miss. I'm certain that your father didn't mean to hurt you.
You fucking
Mr.
pussy.
Watson, I can't put up the duty list. When he finds out, he'll be furious.
Why can't you?
It's in my locker, in the cloakroom, and I've lost the key.
You're
Write up a
on.
new one,
Say no
whore!
more, Holmes. As you keep repeating, time is against us. Let's go and look at the things in the rat killer's locker.
Oh god, you stupid bitch. I could just pick the lock. Don't know why I can't pick everything.
Closed.
Yes. Oh, I was like, I have the key right here. All right. Alrighty then.
Here is the locker of our friend, Hans,
Hans.
the mad scientist.
Hans Schildman.
Oh, what a jumble.
A paper knife. Blotting paper. This solid box must hold a precious object.
Alright. As soon as the catastrophe came to be known, the alarm from mouth to mouth was blown, and the cry rang out all over the town, "Good heavens, the Tay Bridge is blown down," and a passenger train from Edinburgh, which filled all the people's hearts with sorrow, and made them for to turn pale, because none of the passengers were saved to tell the tale. How the disasters happened on the last Sabbath day of 1879, which will be remembered for a very long time. William Topaz.
A poem in Hans's handwriting. Nothing of interest here.
No?
There is something interesting here. There is some
Okay.
blotting paper. No, it is unnecessary. Blotting paper. There is something interesting. This cannot be a simple coincidence.
BRS. That's it?
Blotting. Blotting.
Okay. These are symbols from the periodic table. So I'm assuming I'm looking for bromine, Br, and then S for sulfur. Is that it? I don't...
Nothing of interest here.
Is there more on this paper
No.
I can cut?
No, I can't. No,
Aha, there was
no,
more.
I can't do that.
Is there more on this paper I can chop open? Move the thing! Move the thing! There's one.
No, I can't do.
Okay, so
No, I
I think
can't
that's
do-
it. Put the thing down! Jesus, Holmes. Hydrogen. Okay, HCABRS. Did I do a thing? Okay.
What is written on that note, Holmes?
Later, Watson. We can give Hans his pen.
Okay. Alright then. I like lean in. I'm like getting so intent and like so focused in the game. Like my face is against the screen. Okay, let's go give this fuckface his pen. That thing wasn't even that hard. Just had to find the fucking holes.
What a bunch of incompetents. Oh, if I was as unprofessional as that, there would be murderers running all over the town.
What's the matter? Are you a patient of Dr. Watson?
Very amusing.
I was going on about the dry cleaners in Westgate
What?
Street. They've just delivered my ceremonial uniform in the middle of my duty, and I've told them 1,000 times not to bring it until after 6 in the evening.
A ceremonial uniform. You've been promoted.
No, and that's not about to happen. No, I've been invited to a wedding. I mean...
Oh, I
hope
keep
to be.
touching the thing because my
I'm in
hair.
trouble. If the director sees that I've left my post, I'll be sacked without pay.
Give it to me, Warden Brighton. I'll take care of it for you.
Really? Thanks a lot. Here's the key to the cloakroom and that of my locker. I'm really grateful, Mr. Holmes.
What have you
Perfect.
got in mind, Holmes? You're not doing this out of kindness, are you?
No, out of curiosity. We will be able to access the cloakroom with these keys.
Right. Which is this room?
closed.
Right, I got it. Let me use the keys. Okay.
Miss Patterson. Here is Bright. Here is Bright.
Okay, I need to put the thing in there, right? Is that not what you want me to do?
Here is...
Oh, okay.
Bicarbonate of soda. Brighton must have an upset stomach, caused by stress, without a doubt. The name on the key is Jenny Patterson. That is interesting. I need some.
Hold on, guys. Jesus Christ, my fucking cat is fucking nincompoop. That's not what I wanted to do. Am I finished here with this? Apparently I'm not finished with this locker yet.
Bicarbonate of...
Yeah, I already looked at that.
Bicarbonate...
Right. Am I done here then? Okay, I already looked at that. Jesus.
Let us examine Miss Patterson's locker.
Okay.
The lock on this box is rather sophisticated.
The fuck?
Incredible. Is Jenny hiding something?
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
It's really very clever.
Woohoo!
Little Jenny is astonishing.
A single heart with two souls and eternal
A
love.
locket, sealing the relation between Jenny and Warden Brighton. Decidedly, this boy is not a great poet.
Service sheet.
Here
Okay.
is the famous guard duty list. Interesting.
Miss Jenny, my Jenny, let's get married. Never mind the consequences. Your father will have to accept the fact that we are in love. Think about the baby. The baby? And don't forget that. I love you, 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 I love you. And I've written a poem. Jenny Patterson, your heart pounds, mine weighs a ton, our love has no bounds. It just goes on and on. As inspired by the great Chinese poets to write it. Be courageous, my honey bun, you're Frankie. She's
A letter
pregnant.
from Brighton to Jenny. Barely literate.
Apparently, Jenny is carrying Brighton's child, and it seems that Jenny's father, the director, is unaware of this.
Alright then.
We have found the guard duty cards, miss. If you like, I can go and discreetly give them to the guards.
Oh, thank you. You've got me under a lot of trouble, Mr. Holmes.
You weren't wondering, like, how on earth did you open my box? And what else did you... You weren't, like, thinking about all the other shit that you had in there? Okay, that's fine. Should I actually physically hand it to you?
Holmes, you can't go into the basement for the moment.
For what reason?
The door has locked itself automatically. You must enter a new security code.
Do it then.
Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guard duty list yet. Without that information, we don't know who's authorised to take note of the new code.
So Mackenzie is locked in the high security zone.
Yes, but don't worry about him. He's trained for this sort of dysfunction.
Why not ask the director to take note of the code and open the door?
He isn't allowed to, and I doubt that he would run the risk of going against the orders of the administration centre. Anyway, the bars in the high security section are joined to the alarm system, which is in that room. We only need to sound it to unblock, but you see we can't do that now.
We'll try to find the duty list.
I've already found it, you dingus.
We have found Chief Warden James's duty list.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Let's see. O'Sullivan, it's you who takes over from Mackenzie. Take note of the code, please, and unblock the door.
At once, Chief. Ah, Mr. Holmes, could I ask you for a favour?
Please do.
I think
Please
I can say
do.
on behalf of all the staff that we would be honoured if you would care to write something in our guest book.
With pleasure, O'Sullivan.
Sherlock Holmes was here. Ooh. Isn't this the pen that we found in Hans's thing? Uh-oh.
You seem worn out, O'Sullivan. A good night's sleep would do you good.
A good night's sleep would do me good. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Is something worrying you?
As you know, Westgate Prison will soon be demolished, and I'm spending most of my nights studying for my exam to join the police. You understand, I have to think about my future. So sleep isn't a priority at the moment.
Scotland Yard is always looking for young, competent and motivated men. Would a letter of recommendation from me allow you to get some sleep?
What? A letter from Mr. Sherlock Holmes, recommending me for Scotland Yard? Are you quite serious?
Completely serious, my young friend. May I use this writing paper? The one on your desk.
1,000 thanks, Mr. Holmes. 1,000 thanks.
It is addressed to Inspector Baines, a good friend of mine. There's no need to remind you that it must be opened only by the person to whom it is addressed.
Yes, of course. I'll give it to him personally. Thank you again, Mr. Holmes.
Hold on here. Sorry, I'm dealing with my arm right now. But did he just use a pen, the one from Hans, that has poisoned ink, I'm assuming, to write a letter to an inspector in the police department to, what, fucking poison him? Is that what just happened? Okay. So let's go talk to Hans now.
Well,
What do you need?
That's all.
Where is
Oh,
it?
I have to click on him with the pen. There we go.
What should we do?
We can give...
Yes, I'm working on that. If you let me talk to the right person.
well,
You have what you wanted. Your precious,
Your precious pen.
you seem annoyed, Mr. Holmes. I would even go so far as to say terribly worried.
Why should you care, Mr. Shielman? Let's talk about that poison.
I am not talking about you in the grip of natural emotions found in ordinary people who are confronted by the inexplicable. But as for Mr. Holmes, you are embarrassed, aren't you? Are you hiding something?
That is enough, Shielman.
You have kept your word. Therefore, I will keep mine. At this moment, the poison which so interests you isn't finished yet. Its maker is encountering great difficulties in attaining the desired results.
What is the end result?
Now, Mr. Holmes,
Death,
the end
obviously.
result of any science, as Descartes once said, to become the master and owner of nature. Here we are talking about human nature, of course. And the creator's problem isn't so much the mixture as the durability of his creation.
What do you mean?
You see, this poison was made using rare but very volatile short-living compounds, which means that it is only possible to produce small quantities, which most importantly do not keep for a long time. Conceiving such a product in a laboratory especially built for the purpose could be achieved by any good chemist. but recopying this alchemy on another scale and keeping it ready at any moment, observing the particular conservation and storing conditions that a substance of this type requires. Well, that would need a genius. I doubt if the creator of this mixture would be capable.
And you would be, of course.
Of course.
Luckily, you are going to spend the rest of your life in prison.
Luck is cyclical. It always comes around again, sooner or later. As far as I am concerned, I have the feeling that the cycle is going to be very short.
What are you planning?
Holmes, it sounds to me as though this Shieldman is implying that an escape attempt will be made.
Yes, we must go and warn the director.
Must we really, though? Seems like he'll be too stupid to really care.
These weapons are obviously ready to use in case of emergency.
Alright then, director. Oh my god, I don't know what deal is. I'm gonna get even less sleep tonight.
It is out of the question that your bastard is named Patterson. Very well. You refuse to reveal the father to me. Well then go and join him. I'm not stopping you.
I can't.
Director, you will have to postpone this small family reunion. We believe that a serious scheme is afoot. We must act without delay.
You're not thinking of...
Yes, Shieldman's words leave no room for doubt. It seems that he is planning an escape attempt. We strongly advise you to search his cell.
Do you really believe that he's hiding something? Because I must make an official report and have a legitimate reason for doing a search.
Director, if this prison is still in operation, it is solely because of its reputation. Think of the consequences of an escape. It would be closed at once. And what post do you imagine would be offered to the person deemed responsible?
You're right. No one will escape from Westgate under Patterson. I will order an immediate search of Mr. Shieldman's cell.
Oh god.
Chief Warden James reporting. The search of prisoner Hans Shieldman's cell has been carried out. No suspicious items were found.
Thank you, Chief James. I feel better now. Without wishing to offend you, Mr. Holmes, I am glad that you were mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken, we've nothing more to do here. Shall we go, Holmes?
There's just one more thing for me to see, Watson.
What's that?
Mr. Holmes, sorry to interrupt you, but Miss Jenny wishes to see you alone. She's waiting for you in her office.
This, Watson.
How did you know?
Wait for me in the guard's room. I won't be long.
Do I
What
get
an
it?
extraordinary gentleman that Sherlock Holmes is. You must have had lots of adventures with him.
Oh, yes, dozens.
Yes.
Oh, he was infallible. But there wasn't anything out of the way in the rat killer's cell. Could he have been mistaken?
I must admit,
Warden Brighton, in my office immediately. That's an order.
the director seems furious.
Yes. It must be important for him to order Brighton to leave his post.
I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, that's not normal. I've never heard Flint shout like that.
But why doesn't O'Sullivan sound the alarm?
Follow me, Mackenzie. Let's go and have a look.
I'll come with you.
No, to Watson, you're not allowed in. Wait for me here.
How did they open it?
Very well.
How did they have a code? Oh, this all doesn't make shit of sense.
Hey, but the grill is blocked, Chief.
We've been locked in. And that smoke, it's coming from below. O'Sullivan! Can you hear us?
Sully, are you alive? Answer us, Sully.
What's going on? Can I help you?
Sound the alarm in the guard's room. That should unblock the door. Be quick. O'Sullivan might be in danger.
No, this thing, okay.
Doesn't. Locked.
Talk to the guy.
Hey, what are you waiting for to...
It's impossible. It's been damaged.
No, Doctor. Our priority is to save O'Sullivan. Go ahead through the visitors' corridor and see if he answers your call.
Very well.
Take the keys. They're in our room.
So, okay. Go, Watson, go! You seem much faster than Holmes.
It doesn't.
Useless! This door is blocked by the timer, but not the one below. Give me the keys, quickly!
What?
I've got the keys, Doctor. Thank you.
Follow me, Watson. We must repair the alarm.
Why did... That was Hans!
Fine.
Dressed as
There
O'Sullivan!
you are, Holmes.
Could I have not done that?
I'm going to turn on the system. Watson, you make sure of the contact.
I hope that this...
What am I doing? I don't understand. What? Okay, hold on.
It works.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's open. Let's go down.
Be careful. From what your colleague said, the flints are out.
We are trained for this sort of situation. And we're armed.
Come and help us, Watson.
Are you joking? Hans has escaped. He was dressed as Sullivan.
Everything is back to normal. Thank you for your help, gentlemen.
It was a pleasure.
But where is O'Sullivan?
He's no longer here. He must have gone out through the visitors' entrance.
Yes, and he must be pleased to have gotten out of the basement.
Good. We must now check all the cells. It's the procedure in case of an alarm.
We'll come and help
Right.
you.
O'Sullivan is in
You're
Hans's cell and Hans
wasting
escaped.
time, my dear fellow. Rejoin me at the reception when you've finished.
Could I have not given him the keys?
The grate is open. He's fine where he is, under the cover, still.
How can he sleep with all this noise?
I'll admit it's not normal.
Be careful, Doctor.
Yes?
Nothing. Look at the door. No, no, it's O'Sullivan. What a shock.
O'Sullivan.
It's impossible. He was with us only a few moments ago. Or else...
Or else it wasn't O'Sullivan.
My God, he's escaped. The rat killer has escaped.
And I did it. It's my fucking fault. I think I had to though. Like I don't think there was anything else I could have done. Watson, why can't you be smarter? Holmes!
Ah, Holmes, there you are. Hans has escaped. I fear that this inquiry is a bitter defeat for us.
Not at all, my dear fellow. Quite the contrary. Follow me.
All right.
Why the devil have you brought me behind the prison?
We have an appointment, Watson.
What? Okay, there we go. That's him. Is that Hans?
Look who is waiting for us.
Shieldman, I'll go back and alert the guards.
No,
Calm
no.
down. He's harmless.
What is he doing here? Why hasn't he run away?
Because I asked him not to.
Are you telling me that you helped him to escape?
Quite so, as he wouldn't have been able to do so alone.
But how? And why? He's a dangerous madman. Holmes, you've made me an accomplice in this escape. You owe me some explanation.
And you will have them. But my priority for the moment is to remove our new friend to a safe place. I won't be long, but I must go alone. I'll rejoin you later. Just give me your next destination.
Very well. I suppose you know what you're doing.
How could you doubt it? Here, take the notes. They will help you when you write up the account of our visit to Westgate. So, where do I find you?
I guess Baker Street.
I think it would be better to go back to Baker Street.
All right. I will join you there.
So, this is the account of how he escaped. The key to escape was actually Hans Schielmann's fountain pen. I discovered a note inside Schielmann's locker. I can quote it to you from memory. Whoever is smart enough to open this case should know that a couple of drops of my masterpiece are mixed together with ink inside the pen's reservoir. If you are reading this note, it means that I am in a tight spot, so understand that my special ink will temporarily destroy the will of anyone it touches. Therefore, you have a few precious seconds during which you can shape the subject's will. If you recognize my genius, use this knowledge to get me out of the embarrassing situation that I'm undoubtedly in. Schielmann had left this instrument for his future escape inside a case secured by a devious combination. That way, he could ensure that none of the prison staff would find it, other than a well-informed friend. Understanding this, I decided to play along with him, but with a double game of my own. I would help him to escape, but I would also keep him under control by using his own creation on him. I allowed Schielmann to commence the game by giving him his pen, and then I started to advance my pawns. My first move was to persuade the director that it was necessary to search the cell. I therefore passed the ball onto Schielmann's court by giving him the opportunity with Warden James. He did not waste it. He coated the bars of his cell with the poisoned ink, and Warden James, whose hands were contaminated, was under the control for a few seconds. He discreetly and quite simply ordered James to give him the keys. The ball was then back in my court. Now I had to find a way of neutralizing Warden O'Sullivan, who was to be the basement guard, as we discovered when we found Miss Patterson's duty sheet. I must admit that the young warden helped me enormously by asking me to sign the prison visitor's book. Absorbed in the tale, I went over the chronology of the events in my mind. I remarked that Holmes had already signed the visitor's books before giving Schielmann his pen. He replied in the most annoyed tone, "Exactly, I anticipated it, and it was because of that I managed to keep a step ahead in my game with Schielmann. I was leading a race, and all the while he believed it to be the other way around. Schielmann did not suspect that I had already used his poison, and thought that O'Sullivan, being asleep, was a godsend. He therefore was not suspicious about the letter of reference that he found inside the warden's pocket." Holmes then returned to his point at which he had broken from his tale to point out to me the lack of pertinence to my remark. But do not put the cart before the horse, Watson. Do let me continue. So by merely touching the fresh ink upon the page of the visitor's book, O'Sullivan was under my control. I suggested a state of advanced drowsiness, but ordered him not to do anything immediately, just sufficient for him to be unable to resist a siesta during his guard duty. Later, after the changing of the guard, Schielmann used the keys to let himself out of the cell. He hit the sleeping O'Sullivan over the head and exchanged his prison uniform for the warden's. Then he created a smoke screen by using the ingredients that I had given to him: sugar from Miss Patterson's tea tray, Brighton's bicarbonate of soda, potassium nitrate from the guard's room, and sulfur from a few matches. He used the keys to free the Flint brothers. The two ruffians leapt at each other's throats and made the very dickens of a noise. He had the diversion he needed to leave the high-security area. And that is the moment where you entered the game, Watson. Thinking that you were helping O'Sullivan, you allowed Hans Schielmann to open the corridor annex's bars by throwing him the keys. On my side, I opened the second lot by turning the alarm on again. In light of Holmes' explanation, I began to see my actions during the episode from quite another angle. I was troubled by the way that he had used me without my having any idea at the time of the duplicity of my actions. I interrupted his monologue to refer to the guards who would not realize that who would not realize what was happening and who were occupied with restraining the Flint brothers. Holmes continued, exactly. So there was now only one obstacle in front of Shieldman, Warden Brighton, on the reception desk at the front of the building. I interrupted him again, but it was the director who summoned him insistently. Holmes, you won't have me believe that he was an accomplice in this escape. Of course not. I provoked the director's rage towards Brighton. Too impatient, I could not stop myself from asking how. I discovered that Jenny Patterson and Brighton were lovers. I also knew that the director did not have any idea about the affair and that he would surely fall into a foul rage if he found out. I asked him if that was also the reason why Miss Patterson had been summoned. Yes, she knew that I had opened her locket to find the guard duty list, and so she knew that I was aware of her affair with Brighton. She wanted to make sure that I would not say anything. I pointed out that it had been rather unfeeling on his part to have told the director everything, reminded him of his promise to the young woman. He denied it in a somewhat hypocritical manner. I did not say anything. I simply left the lovers' letters inside the urgent correspondence box in the secretary's office, knowing that they would be delivered to him a few minutes later, thereby provoking his anger. The director shouted at Brighton, who rushed off to the security's office. Shieldman now had nothing to stand between him and the front door. Another question leapt into my mind, and not the least important one. Why did he not simply run away once he knew he was outside? Why did he wait? I was not disappointed by my friend's answer. It is evident, my dear Watson, if he did not run away, then it was only thanks to that aforementioned step ahead of which I told you. It gave me enough time to write the letter of O'Sullivan recommendation for O'Sullivan with the poisoned pen. It was in the pocket of the uniform, and Shieldman could not resist reading it when he found it. But what was written on the letter? Not very much, just congratulations on your escape, wait for me here. I gaped at him, and that is how the first and only escape from the most prison in the kingdom came to pass. A scenario which, without doubt, will prove to be the focus of police college studies for a long time to come as one of the most extraordinary escapes in the history of modern prison. Wow. Sorry if you guys didn't want to hear me read all that, but I thought it was fucking interesting.
Oh, so all that for nothing. Oh, they didn't find anything. Sherlock Holmes isn't a nice man, is he? I don't think I like him now.
Look what I found.
Don't do that. We don't like him, but you shouldn't hit him like that.
Give that back. It's only a doll.
This is Sherlock Holmes's attic. All this must have belonged to him. I want to know what happens next. Keep reading.
3 trails and 2 dead ends. The poor nephew is dead, but Baines has the bishop's murderers. The only one left is the rat killer. Have you questioned him?
No.
May I ask when you're going to do it?
When I have found him.
What? You're not trying to tell me that he's escaped again?
Yes, but this time it's not your fault, nor mine for that matter.
You've been using me, Holmes. I unwittingly aided one of the most dangerous criminals in the kingdom to escape. So please tell me why.
An explanation would be futile. It would only lead to further pointless questions.
But do you have even the slightest notion as to where he might be hiding?
Forget Hans Schielmann for the moment, Watson. Just concentrate on the fact that the bishop is on the chessboard.
In any case, the news has spread like wildfire. Look at the headlines. All the papers are talking about it. And the Globe Explorer, their editors must be jumping for joy.
Let the dogs bark with the pack, Watson.
But how could Farley be so well informed? Look, he also mentions our visit to the opium den, and in great detail. How did he know?
Let me see. Contrary to what you might think, Watson, I do not consider that all of our trails have led to dead ends. We're simply missing a common denominator, something that links them together. And our journalist's mystery informer might just be that missing link.
Should we attempt to uncover his identity?
It is essential that we do so. Let us examine the map. We must talk to Mr. Farley.
Alright. Now, I've been going for about 45 minutes. Shit. Hold on. Okay. I've been going for about 45 minutes, but I feel like we've barely done anything, so...
You've been a great help, dear Toby. I'll ask Mrs. Hudson to send you up.
So I think I'm gonna keep going for now.
Find Farley.
gotten quite a few achievements. You found all the items from my past adventures. Interesting. Ugh. Anyway, oops, I still needed to be in there. Where's the map? Map? Alright. So
Here
let's
we
keep
are
going.
at Farley's office. One cannot say that ethics play a very large role in his life. Look at the headlines pinned to the walls, like trophies of bad taste. Perhaps we will finally begin to understand the reasons for his persistence in tarnishing your reputation.
Perhaps.
Alright. Why do you always do this?
Coffee.
Alright. It's still hot.
Cigarettes. An ordinary, inexpensive brand.
A press card. Osmond Farley. It's his overcoat.
No shit! Whose fucking coat did you think it was? No shit, Sherlock!
This is an electric
That was Watson
box.
who said it.
Interesting.
Alright then.
I cannot leave.
I thought that was the entrance. I'm sorry.
This door is locked.
I must go out for a while, Miss Jean. I won't be long. Ask my appointments to wait, and send this message as a matter of urgency.
Mr. Osmond Farley, I presume.
Messrs. Holmes and Watson. What a surprise.
What is there so surprising about being visited by the targets of your slander?
I never slander. I inform.
You will have to accept the consequences of these articles, Mr. Farley.
Those words sound like a threat, Mr. Holmes.
I never threaten. I merely warn.
You don't frighten me, Mr. Holmes. I know all of your little secrets.
A lot of talking this
Soon
episode.
all of London will find out what really hides behind the facade of the impeccable detective. Thanks to my work, the whole world will discover the true Sherlock Holmes. Gentlemen, I don't wish you a good day.
You know what? Go shove a pineapple up your tiny little asshole!
Even to the point of refusing to shake our hands.
Which means that we can avoid having to wash them. Did you notice the crumbs on his jacket? He had just finished eating and his hands will be covered in grease, the same as his mouth.
Slovenly habits. That's quite disgusting, Holmes.
Do not be deceived, Watson. The workmanship in those tailor-made clothes indicate that he is a man who takes pride in his appearance. If Farley has left without brushing off his jacket or washing his hands, then it is because he spotted our approach and wished to avoid us at all costs.
But why?
We will find out by searching his office.
The secretary will stop you. Please reassure me, Holmes, you don't intend upon knocking her out?
Only if we exhaust every other viable alternative.
Alright.
The secretary is occupied in sending a telegram via their electric telegraph. Farley asked that she should do so before he left.
We must find a way of interrupting the transmission, which will oblige her to go to the telegraph office in Kensington. It will take her some time to get there, and if we add on the time it takes to send the telegram and then return here, we should have ample...
I suppose it's unnecessary to point out the illegality of this.
I'm afraid.
Alright, well he said something about this being some sort of electric box.
Closed. I need a tool.
Right. Maybe this?
This is an electric... I need a tool.
I don't know what to tell you.
This is an... I need a tool. This hanger has a large iron hook.
That's what you want me to use?
I can hear an electrical humming. The secretary is using the electricity. Let us see if I can cause a short circuit. There we are. It is simplicity itself.
It is simplicity itself.
Get out quickly, Watson. I'm going to hide here.
Alright. Yes. Amazing at hiding. And you just left the fucking thing open, too. You just left it open, and you just stood behind the door while she opened it. Like, that's
Let's go, Watson.
A+ hiding right there, Sherlock Holmes. A+.
Here is Farley's secretary's
Cool.
The ribbon is missing from this machine.
Interesting.
A makeup case with a good brush. A page of this notebook has been torn out. We can only see the title in shorthand and today's date. It's a message that the secretary must send urgently. I'm going to recopy it.
You can read shorthand? You never cease to amaze me. Were you a secretary before becoming the great Sherlock?
Perhaps. But no, a man must have his secrets.
Alright. I see writing.
I can make out the marks. Someone has
Oops.
written...
Yes, pick up the thing.
I must look more attentive. I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light.
Right. That's why I was trying that, but I don't have any... I don't have any dust or whatever. Maybe I need to find something. Because I need, like, dust on there. Or soot or something.
Our man left his sandwich unfinished. Judging from all the notes on the board, our reporter is an assiduous and organized worker.
Yes. Okay, I'm not
Here's
gonna
what
read.
is strange. An attack
Not gonna read
of
that.
collective insanity. A horrible story, and rather a strange one.
Who the fuck is that?
A photograph of Prince Woodville. Farley is evidently also interested in this affair.
I think that's it. I can't grab anything else off of here. Okay. Some keys.
A bunch of keys. A telephone. A technological marvel. A number was written next to it quite recently. Fine, educated hand.
Holmes, this number seems very familiar.
Yes.
13,
But let us dial it to be sure. Miss, get me 1313, please. It is Scotland Yard, of course. I'm beginning to understand.
Lucky you.
This cabinet has a lot of drawers, each marked with a letter. There is surely a great deal...
But we can't open all of them.
We can't
Someone
open all
closed
of
the
them.
curtain, as though he wanted to maintain his privacy.
Can I collect some soot? Calling on this morning to destroy this letter. Receive it urgently. Your revelations regarding our man's true schemes are incredibly surprising. Okay.
This paper only just escaped the flames.
But who is this note about? And who wrote it?
I will deal with it later.
I will deal with you later.
This armchair
Watson.
is out of place.
If you know what I mean.
This ashtray is worth examining.
Yes,
this
can I have
ash
some?
comes
Thank
from
you.
an ordinary, well-known brand of cigarettes. It is still warm.
Cool, perfect. Oh, there's more to examine there? Okay.
This cigar is of a fine quality. It must be
And it is not even finished.
Am I done now? I'm still not done at the fucking ashtray?
The cigar... Farley was not alone when we arrived at his secretary.
You're thinking of the owner of the
Yes, the reporter smokes ordinary cigarettes. Can you smell the subtle scent of gingerbread? That is the characteristic odor of Habano Clarissimo. Our mysterious visitor is a rich man, Watson. This category of Havanas is exorbitant, and I cannot imagine a cigar lover crushing out such a marvelous smoke before finishing it. Since we saw no one leaving the building, that must point to a secret exit somewhere.
Or they're still here.
By retracing Farley's steps from the moment before we arrived. Look, this room is teeming with clues.
Alright. Investigate. Okay. I don't know. I'm confused.
The key is still in the lock. The key... The secretary has just changed the typewriter ribbon. There are smudges of dark blue ink. A page of...
You can read...
Perhaps.
Sorry, I meant to click on this.
I understand what you want.
There we go.
I can see what has been written. Please write it down.
Please write it down.
Very well, Holmes.
Followed Holmes, prepare elements, bio DF. What? Alright, so we're finished there. Are there any other clues?
This book has fallen down from the shelf.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. My word, it's my stories about your investigations.
A real investigative reporter must have read them, my dear Watson.
Interesting.
My adventures have... I wonder which drawer the secretary was interested in. The DF drawer, of course. The one in the message that we deciphered from the secretary's desk blotter.
Yeah, that one.
The D...
But I have
there
a set
are a
of
lot
keys.
of cards. How to find the right one? No, it is unnecessary. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that.
What? I don't know
No.
what you want from me.
No, I can't do that.
This one? This.
These blue stains come from an
Okay.
old typewriter ribbon. This card has been
I didn't even think that was a
recently.
thing. Okay.
This card has got grease marks on it. The reporter made them. Apparently he's making inquiries about Prince Woodville, too.
But where do you come into all this? Look, if we pull the curtain a little, we can see out into the street.
Did I get everything?
Someone.
Is that everything? Sorry. Okay. So... So confused. Did I get it?
Farley consulted a
Ah,
card while he
Jesus.
ate, which was given to him by his secretary just before she changed the ribbon on her typewriter. The reporter's greasy fingerprints are all over the card. When he went to file it away, he glanced automatically out of the window and saw us in the street.
He closed the filing cabinet and rushed to lock his office door. In his haste, he pushed his chair aside, but didn't think to return it to its place.
Precisely. He then hurried to tell his visitor of our arrival and showed him the way out. He then threw a piece of paper into the fireplace.
But we still don't know how the cigar-smoking visitor departed.
The answer lies in the direction the reporter took, Watson. At a certain moment, he would have been in a place where he had no logical reason to be. Look at our deduction board, and then let us go to the place where the reporter should not be.
This odd-looking bookshelf over here. I don't know.
Perfect.
I don't... That didn't make any sense. Whatever.
Yes, Watson. In his haste, Farley dropped this book, taking it from the shelf.
Let's search this place.
Ouch.
There's a control box built into the filing cabinet. This box must open the secret door.
We don't know the combination, Holmes.
Oh, God.
The answer is perhaps within the question, my dear fellow.
What? 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 What?
That's not right.
Yeah, what? +6. I don't... I don't understand.
There we are. It is simplicity itself. Let us go
Stupidest
and
thing
look
ever.
at the secret exit, Watson.
Stupid! Alright, I'm gonna have to stop here, because I've been recording for a long time. I still have to edit all this stuff today, too. So, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you didn't, and it made you about as angry as it fucking made me, then hit the subscribe button, because you'll get to feel that lots more on this fucking channel. You get to see me be angry lots. And you get to see me be stupid lots, and do whatever the fuck. Whatever. Hit the subscribe if you want. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like to hit that like button, and as always, stay classy, my friends. Bye bye. Or at least try to. Go away, please. Let me out.
No. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do...
Alright.
No, I can't do that.
I don't know what you want.
No, I can't...
What do you
No, I
want,
can't do-
Holmes? What do you want from me? Fuck you, Sherlock Holmes.